Thank you very much. It's a little bit embarrassing, but it's really good. I feel good about it. So, good morning, Your Excellency, dignitaries in the head table, and ladies and gentlemen. I see a lot of familiar faces and very senior people, so it's an honor and pleasure to talk about this today. In fact, I am not like an alumni of Japan. I am more biased toward Germany. However, my first scholarship to study overseas was given by Japanese government. So there is one way of contributing that maybe in a small, so Japanese contribution to Sri Lanka is not to Japan and Sri Lanka, but also there are other venues where you have contributed. So thank you very much. Okay, so let me go to my. Am I too noisy? Okay, great. Okay, so I'm actually trying to, what I'm trying to do is just setting the agenda, and also, as Prof. Ashu Marasinghe and Prof. Gunaratne mentioned, now this concept of Industry 4.0 in the fourth industrial revolution is kind of context dependent. So I'm trying to kind of streamline for our discussion today in terms of definitions and what we mean by that. So now I officially invite, welcome to the Industry 4.0, because this is something happening, something is going to happen in the future, but also it's not something beyond us, so it's already on us, so we have to kind of welcome it. So I want to officially welcome you for the Industry 4.0 to just to give an understanding about what I'm talking about in terms of industrial revolution. I want to show you a little small video. So what is right? So we need audio support here. It's not connected to the computer. They're talking about how fourth industrial revolution is affecting across biological, physical, and digital worlds, and diffusion among them. So, for example, we believe even now some people believe if you are not IT guy, your life is safe and you don't have to know what's going on in the internet. However, now we are in a phase where whether you're a doctor, whether you are an agriculturalist or even a housewife, you are affected both positively and negatively. So, as Ashu Marasinghe mentioned, it has implication not only for businesses but also the governments, international relations, individuals, and also the idea of who we are. So that's also going to be affected, because up to now we were talking about industrial revolutions and technologies more only about interpersonal level communications and interactions, but now with the development of brain sciences, for example, it will challenge the idea of self, or it will challenge the idea of being what is natural and what is artificial. So let me, I will maybe a little bit later, I will show that. So I will continue with the definitions, kind of. Now history, we already discussed about the history of industrial revolutions. Now, first industrial revolution we studied in the school happened in north of England or in Europe, where the manual craft industries became mechanized, the invention of steam engine and spinning wheels and things like that. And the second industrial revolution is the kind of industrial revolution happened, as you know, the founding of assembly line, mass production, which mainly happened in the United States in the late 90s and early 20th century. And it was actually driven by electricity and petroleum gas as the sources. Now, we have to understand, I think Ashu Marasinghe mentioned a little bit on that. Now, industrial revolutions are not always good things, so there are also negative impact. Now, we are still kind of suffering from second industrial revolutions, negative impacts such as environmental pollution, dependent on energies or petroleums, and urbanization as a problem. So all over the world, when we talk about this topic, there are huge kind of negativity also associated, but that is kind of something given. However, in third industrial revolution, which happened during the last 50, 60 years, is first digital revolution with the invention of semiconductors, PLCs, and computers. Earlier, now we are talking about internet and mobile technology. So we see every 100 years or less industrial revolution is happening, particularly with the invention of new energy source and also technological leapfrog. Now why we talk about Industry 4.0, fourth industrial revolution is different to third industrial revolution, mainly because it's as I mentioned, it's a diffusion of all spheres, all worlds, you can say, or domains of physical, digital, and biological domains. And it's different to third industrial revolution or revolution in scale, scope, and complexity. So it's a broad base, as we already discussed by the previous listings getting mighty. Also, we talk about broad base, so it's going to affect everybody on Earth. That is why we kind of highlight of that, even if you like or you don't like, as this explanation is inevitable. So that's the important thing. This will force us to rethink about what we mean by leadership, political leadership, business leadership, how we manage disruption, and also a role of capital. Now, if you talk about new companies like WhatsApp or Viber, without big capital investment, you can have a global company. So the idea of so-called capitalism versus Marxism also is kind of being challenged or re-drawn now in terms of in the political arena. And inequality is going to be a big problem. It's not only about the access to capital or assets, but also digital haves and digital have-nots, and people who have skills and who don't have skills. So most of the skills will be affected and be outdated. We will be discussing that during the day. So let me, if I can show the video just for, again, for awareness. Megatrends, physical, digital, and biological megatrends. We already talked about some of the technologies like IoT, autonomous vehicles. We also have 3D printing, where I have kind of expertise. We are already in some projects. You can also see there's a 3D printer in action. You can see how it operates. Of course, robotics and other technologies. We'll be talking about some of these technologies today. Then digital megatrends, Internet of Things, blockchain should be affecting our way of counting or even transfer funding all over the world. And but it's not really, we don't have much expertise on biological megatrends today, how it's going to affect health policies or general medical sciences. So that is also a big area where a lot of things are happening in terms of synthetic biology, GM, food, genetically modifying abilities, gene editing, things like that. Bioprinting, combination of 3D printing with biotechnology. So you might have already seen the possibility of printing. This is still in the early stage, but think about kidney being printed by using your own stem cells, so you don't have to depend on donors. So such kind of things are happening already. Now, we already discussed about how countries are pursuing on managing and trying to get benefit of fourth industrial revolution. But again, I want to highlight here, it's not like one country can face this or take the benefits, but this is a global transformation, global revolution. So we have to collaborate among countries, but there are some examples where some countries are kind of pioneering or going ahead. United States, for example, is the pioneer of the third industrial revolution, so they are already working on that. Gunaratne already mentioned about that. And Germany, where I kind of have my training, so it's actually it's a country where even the word Industry 4.0 in German is called Industry 4.0, but was coined in 2011. Now, of course, that was mainly focused towards industry automation of how to improve productivity in the factories. However, now it has more dimensions like city developments and other stuff. Japan also as a pioneering country where especially things like robotics and artificial intelligence are very strong. South Korea, China, even India is now into this kind of discussion at national level. So let me again try to show you what's happening in companies in Germany. Maybe if I can show this video. Because we are an economy where manufacturing is less than 30% of GDP. However, if you look at the history, starting with QNE, we had an inheritance of doing things or making things. So this is an opportunity for us to rethink and regain that heritage. And now we normally say Sri Lanka is a small country, particularly when you compare countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. But in Industry 4.0, you have an opportunity because now anymore so-called economies of scale is not really going to be important, but economies of scope. For example, if you take 3D printing, now if you print one object, 10 objects, or 100 or 1,000 objects, still you can make profit or it can be sustainable. So therefore, having big factories or large plants are not going to be the future way of producing things. So now what happened during the second industrial revolution was big countries like China, United States became powerful because their unit cost of production was cheaper. So that's going to be, it's a change now. And then Prof. Gunaratne also mentioned now mass customization is going to be the key. So you can produce mass scale, but also you can customize in an individual level. So please think now you don't need to wait till sales due dates or season discounts or Christmas or New Year, because whenever you need, you can produce your own product at and the quantity of one. So therefore, the idea of mass production is going to be not necessarily in all industries, but in some industries. Now, for example, automobile industry in Germany, for example, where I work in Mercedes-Benz plant, they use only for the customer demand, not produce and then sold. So this is going to be the norm even in other industries wherever there is an application of economics of scope. Now we normally talk about consumers or the users, but we will see a trend where individuals, as I told you before, normal people, housewives, retired people can be part of the production process by being actively in the design process, for example. So we talk about prosumer culture. So individuals decide what is to be produced. Now again, one advantage we will have, now Sri Lanka is known as fast decision makers, whether it's opening up economy, free trade compared to other countries in the region. So under the fourth industrial revolution, the speed matters. How fast you can adapt, how fast you can take decisions, not big, the size doesn't matter, like we have seen in the previous production opportunities or production thinking. And also as I mentioned, ideas. If you have idea, there are a lot of ways that you can finance it and make it a venture. Not really, you have to rely on venture capitalists or even bank loans. So the ideas matter, but not necessarily the capital. Now, this is also this kind of interesting discussion in Sri Lanka. Now, we talk about global supply chains. If you want something, we will import it from Japan or China or United States. But we are talking about now digital designs printed locally, printed or manufactured. So, we will have a kind of production and economic value creation where distributed production and decentralized production, decoupling from global supply chain. So, for example, if you are working in supply chain function, you will be directly affected within the next 10 years. And we, Prof. Ashu Marasinghe mentioned that we are like a hub, we want to be a global hub, digital hub, knowledge hub, and we are kind of proud of being a smart island. So this is also compatible with government's policy, at least 2015. In fact, we also sent proposal to the budget proposal. This is not mentioned by name. Fourth Industrial Revolution is not mentioned by name in the budget proposal, but they have introduced some new subjects to the school. So we are already in this in policy orientation. We also have success stories in Sri Lanka, third industrial revolution, maybe companies like Virtusa and MIT. So there are a lot of companies who are successful in ICT revolution. So we can look at them, how they have done. Most of them they have done without kind of government support in non-traditional way. So we can kind of learn from them or benchmark them as how to go ahead. This will be discussed later by another speaker in detail. Already mentioned about the issues we are facing. Now, fourth industrial revolution gives you opportunity to think about energy crisis, water crisis, environmental problems, disaster management. For example, now if some, for example, there are examples where the earthquake has happened, so you can't transport food there, or you don't know what food is needed at the local level, so you send a mobile 3D printing facility. People who want to print whatever they need, you can print locally without waiting till donors send them. So there are new innovative ways how you can use fourth industrial revolution technologies for major so-called micro issues. And also now one thing we want to highlight, even though many of our speakers are male today, so this is more gender female friendly technology, because in the second industrial revolution you need muscle to work in factories, but now factories into a computer or iPhone or something. So therefore you don't need masculine power. So this will also kind of it's an opportunity for streamlining or improving the disparity between men and women in work participation and also leadership. And we talk about social justice and development challenges. So the point here is those things can be used for new experiment and new problem solving. However, there can be also negative implications. However, we can talk about a lot of issues, but I don't want to go into details, but there are some issues which can be or should be addressed, and we normally, I have been working and introducing different techniques for the last 15 years. People they accept, but it's reactive, so it takes time. So this is also maybe for some of you, it's not really as today, but we want to anyway make a record. And also my experience shows that many companies in Sri Lanka, not all, but many are not willing to share information. They are not willing to cooperate among themselves. There are some collaboration in the particular industry, but when it comes to overall collaboration, there are different difficulties, and there are not enough institution arrangements. And political leadership and political will, it's good to have people like Prof. Ashu Marasinghe in the parliament, but we all know how political leadership react or accept such kind of challenges or even changes. And I think the anti-lobbying will be a major challenge. We see anything when we come here, negative or positive, there will be big, strong anti-lobbying, political parties and other groups, because this is going to challenge who we are, right? So whatever we have in conventional wisdom will be challenged. Some people embrace it, some people oppose it, some people are neutral. So we will see that kind of resistance also. It won't be a big thing against welcoming such changes. So there are the political, economical, social and technological factors. But I am not going to kind of give solutions, but we will have one day full elaborations. But just to give some ideas, now one important thing is we need to look at best practices and benchmarking countries like Japan. And also it's very important that we engage multi-stakeholders. This was also discussed. Not only, it's not the government responsibility, it's not the private sector responsibility, it's individuals, civil society, also even at very grassroots level, we have to involve people in developing our ecosystem and also the framework. Now this is also something which not many business people in Sri Lanka really welcome. We talk about open development. So therefore, now this is not going to be very much, for example, driven by, we don't want to promote proprietor-based software, because at the, even in third industrial revolution, we see a lot of American and European companies having, the upper hand. But we need to develop our own solutions, our own, even let's say technologies, as open development movement. So I can give some examples later. The idea is now, for example, in 3D printing, we promote this among school children and out of Colombo, because we want not to be this as a private company, but to give fourth industrial revolution technology directly to people who are at the moment maybe to some extent marginalized. So we will see a lot of movements. This is also happening in other countries. Companies like even Boeing Corporation or Microsoft, they are trying to include people who are not their direct customers. So please pay attention to at least some initiatives of open development initiatives. Of course, new skills are important in all levels. That the other thing I want to highlight, that we have to reinvent our business model. We normally talk about revenue, cost, and then profit, but we will see a lot of disruptions in terms of how we earn money, what we mean by profit, and also marginal cost. So those things will be even our accounting system and the way we look at success. I think Mr. Gunaratne also mentioned, we can be the biggest company. Actually, my view is that we don't have to be the biggest company. We can be a small, still profitable and value creating. So the way we look at success of company will be redefined in under fourth industrial revolution. Okay, way to collaborative method, as I mentioned to you, and partnership building. Now this is demanded. You can't just survive as a country saying that we need Sri Lankan things. So we talk about multi-country, hybrid, and different ways of new collaborations, because it's possible now and it should be done. So there are a lot of other things I think we will hear during the day. My final word is now digital revolution, next one, fourth industrial revolution already here. So therefore, before industrial revolution find us, we have to find the revolution. Open for discussion. I think I can take some few questions, and thank you very much. You can of course discuss later, but if you have questions, maybe you can ask and identify yourself, and then you can have a very Yeah, we can take over. Any urgent questions? Right. Yes, happy you can take the break. I don't want to get you. Yes, Sampath, yes. Okay. Before lunch, right?
Yes. I will start from the beginning.
Right.
Now, according to theory, maybe also concerning the practice, there are only 4 innovations taken place so far. Number 1, the agriculture, the canal development. Then number 2, the automobile. Number 3, the railway. Number 4, in 60s, IBM, International Business Machine. Everybody expected to have another innovation somewhere in 2000, but failed to have an innovation like other 4, like computer and so on. So the microchip was the solution during this 2000 era. But if you compare computer, because of computers, the massively productivity went up and employment opportunities increased, profits, and then world trade in 60s, the growth, if you measure, it is more than 10% per annum, where today it's less than 2%. So, this fourth revolution, is it a kind of these four huge innovations taken place, or this is just another improvement connecting to the microchip? Any
Very good question, and it's actually of course a fundamental question which I cannot give a good answer. But now this is also a discussion. Some people argue, for example, this is extension of third industrial revolution. So, for example, in US still the main thinking is third industrial revolution. However, now these are basically World Economic Forum's idea is called fourth industrial revolution because the impact will be felt everywhere. For example, imagine, let's say I have a lot of examples, but the ability, as I told you, we are trying to kind of reveal how our brain works. At the moment, all sciences are defining brain as a black box. Like we don't know what's happening. There's the idea of soul and God and everything. So now imagine if we reveal how we feel, how we take decisions, and therefore, I would say, I'm of course kind of for that. The impact will be much bigger than all the revolutions we had. And now, for example, another example was this newly introduced robotic. The robotic as a citizens of Saudi Arabia, I think. So that is a right. Yeah. So that is kind of trying to challenge the idea of identity, the possibility of cloning. So therefore, how will it affect the world order? So I would say, just to close it, it will be a drastic change, not only in productivity improvement, but also who we are as human beings and what is the world we are talking about. Thank you for the question. Thank you very much, and we'll have the discussion during the day.